There are some foods that have been tricking you into thinking that they're really high quality proteins, but they aren't. And this matters if you're looking to achieve a weight loss or a wellness goal, because high quality proteins help prevent hunger, helps to maintain muscle mass, helps prevent sugar cravings. It's absolutely crucial to achieving a body recomposition goal. So you want to be making sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck when it comes to high quality protein sources. So today I'm sharing 5 foods that are actually not high quality protein sources and what you can eat instead. Okay, before we dive into this video, I wanted to make clear that there are plant-based and vegetarian sources of high quality protein. In fact, I just created a whole blog post. If you want to skip ahead, check that out for all of the various versions of high quality protein sources. I'll have that linked down in the description below. But this video is really important to understand that there are differences in protein quality, because I want to make sure that you can make the most out of your protein choices and make sure that you're choosing proteins that best fit your goals, your lifestyle, and your food preferences. And the first food is peanut butter. This is probably the most shocking food for most people, because you're always told peanut butter is such a great source of protein. It has 7 grams for 2 tablespoons. But these 7 grams of protein are actually very poor quality sources of protein. Peanut butter has such a low DIAS score, which is a measurement of protein quality and absorption, that it literally can't even make the claim to be a protein. Peanut butter can be useful as a fat to help boost satiety and to help prevent cravings, but it's not a complete protein and it's a really poor quality protein. In fact, I have a full video on peanut butter that you definitely should check out right here. Now, the reason why peanut butter and a lot of the other proteins on this list are poor quality proteins comes down to 2 really important factors. The first being absorption, which is the DIAS score. Anything ranked below 75 on the DIAS score cannot even be considered a protein. And the second are the amount of essential amino acids. Amino acids make up protein, but not all protein has all of these essential amino acids. We need a certain amount of these essential amino acids every single day, and some proteins come with all of these essential amino acids, whereas others don't, and they come in very low amounts of various essential amino acids. And there's this idea that you could just eat a variety of different low quality proteins and you'll be able to make up the total amount of protein and get all your essential amino acids. Although this is theoretically true that you could get all of the various amino acids, it's still going to be a lot lower than other high quality sources that we'll be talking about soon. In fact, this is best evidenced in one study where it shows that those who followed a vegetarian based diet versus those who followed an omnivorous diet that typically has more essential amino acids, both groups had the exact same amount of total protein, but because the essential amino acids were a lot lower, in the vegetarian group, they tended to have lower muscle mass and poorer quality muscle mass, even though they ate the exact same amount of total protein. Now, as you'll see shortly, it's not to say that you can't have a vegetarian-based diet, but it isn't true that you can just eat a bunch of peanut butter and expect to get the same type of high-quality protein as from other animal-based, vegetarian, or even some plant-based proteins. Protein quality matters, and that's why we're having this video today. Okay, the second food that a lot of people kind of think is a protein, but actually isn't even close, is avocado. I love avocado. It's a great source of high-quality fat and fiber, but it is just simply not a protein. Even without looking at the DIAS score or the essential amino acids, you can see that one avocado only has 2.7 grams of protein. That is not very much, considering like myself personally needs about 80 grams of protein per day from complete high quality sources. I think this is often seen as a protein because at various buffet style restaurants, they'll have various protein options you can choose from. It'll be like chicken, beef, lamb, but then they'll also put avocado in there as like the vegetarian or the plant-based alternative, which doesn't make sense because it's not a protein, but they often stick it into the protein section. The third food that's just not a protein is broccoli. This is another one you'll anecdotally hear that you can just have some broccoli and it'll contribute to your total protein intake. Although that might be true, it can contribute a very small amount of protein to your total protein intake. Remember, the essential amino acids are what really matter. Just like what we saw with that study that I mentioned earlier, which 1 cup of broccoli has about 3 grams of protein. And again, without even considering the DIAS score, which is likely below 50, and not even considering the essential amino acids, which broccoli doesn't have all of them, you would just need to eat a lot of broccoli to even make this make sense to get enough protein from broccoli. Now, to put this into perspective, if you need about 25 grams per meal, which is roughly what I need per meal, to hit that just from broccoli, you would need to eat 8 1/3 cups of broccoli. Now, obviously nobody's just us eating broccoli. But to put this in perspective, to get the same amount of protein from cottage cheese, you'd only need about 1 cup. Or from chicken, you'd only need about 3 ounces, which both of those examples contain all of the essential amino acids, and you don't have to eat nearly as much, and it's going to be much more satiating. Now, I love broccoli for its various liver detox perks, just protein is not one of its benefits. Okay, the fourth food that is not a protein but is often listed as a protein source are leafy greens, and specifically spinach. I believe it was on the American Heart Association's website that I found spinach listed as a protein source. Maybe it's because they're thinking of the old Popeye cartoons. I'm assuming that could be the only reason. Now, 4 cups of spinach has 3 grams of total protein, but it's still not complete, which means you're likely not going to get those same muscle effects that Popeye led you to believe from eating a can of spinach. Okay, the 5th food that is not a protein are almonds. Just like peanuts, almonds are also very low on the Diaz score. In fact, they're even lower than peanut butter. They typically have a score of 40. The protein that's in there is also incomplete. Now, from what I've said in this whole video, it might seem like all vegetarian or all plant-based proteins are off the table, but that's not true. The reason why I wanted to make this video is actually to specifically speak to my vegetarian and vegan-based audiences so that you can see that there are differences between protein quality, and some are going to be a lot better than others, and there are even plant-based and vegetarian options that are much better than having spinach and broccoli as your protein sources. Again, these are great foods, high nutrient dense quality foods. They just aren't proteins. Instead, you want to make sure that you're getting the highest quality protein that fits your specific lifestyle. Now, obviously, if you're omnivorous, you eat fish, you eat chicken, beef, etc., you'll be getting your essential amino acids really easily from your various meals. But if you're vegetarian, you'll want to make sure that you're opting for the highest quality sources that fit your diet. These would be like cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, halloumi, paneer, eggs. And from a purely plant-based perspective, some of the best products for you will be the fermented soy products like tempeh, as well as various plant-based protein powders. Those are going to be some of your better options to at least make sure that you're getting adequate high quality protein sources from. Chickpeas are also one of the higher rated proteins on the Diaz score, so incorporating those as well can also help to at least contribute to your protein content, although keep in mind it is still not a complete protein, so you still don't want to just rely on chickpeas. But in addition to getting high quality sources of protein, you also want to make sure you're getting enough for your body's needs, which I have a really simple way to calculate your protein needs with this video next. Make sure you check that out. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-backed information, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.